Let's start from failures and move our way up to even bigger failures. Number 5. Anti-tank dogs. Anti-tank dogs, or as the Russians called them,
Собаки-истребители танков.
were dogs trained by the Russians with their only purpose being destroying German tanks. How did they destroy tanks though they are only dogs? Well, the Russians had a smart system of doing so. First they would starve the dogs, then they would put food under tanks which would make the dogs run underneath them, and then all they had to do was to put a mine on the dogs. The dogs would run underneath a German tank with the impression that there was food, exploding the mine and taking down the tank with it. This seems like the perfect plan but had two major flaws. First of all, the dogs would often get scared due to the noise on the battlefield and come back to the Russian soldiers. And secondly, the dogs were trained on Russian tanks, so they would often run to and explode underneath them instead of the German ones. Number 4. The curved barrel. During World War II, the Germans needed a way to fight around corners or trenches, so they created the only natural solution for this problem, the krummlauf. The krummlauf was a barrel attachment for the gun STG-44. The attachment was bent at a 30-degree angle to allow soldiers to shoot around corners. In order to make sure the soldiers didn't blind fire, the krummlauf came with a built-in periscope. This curved barrel at first seems genius, but a few flaws led to it not being used. First of all, the periscope would fog up a lot, reducing the accuracy of the soldier. Second, because of its angle, the krummlauf made the gun lose a bit of power when fired. And lastly, due to its 30-degree angle, the barrel wasn't very durable and could only handle around 300 shots before breaking. Number 3. Explosive rats. Talking about explosive animals, we got the explosive rats, this time created by the Brits. The explosive rats were meant for invading German infrastructure. Unlike the anti-tank dogs, the rats were already dead. They were first found, then skinned and stuffed with explosives. They would then be put in German factories next to furnaces with the hopes of someone finding the rat and throwing it in a furnace, which would trigger an explosion. The Brits considered this plan a failure as the Germans quickly found out about the rats, so they stopped making them, but the Germans didn't know that the Brits stopped making them, so they still wasted money and resources in order to check for explosive rats. Number 2. Project Pigeon. Project Pigeon was American behaviorist B.F. Skinner attempt to create missiles guided by pigeons. B.F. Skinner was a behaviorist and lover of pigeons who had a theory that pigeons could be used as potent weapons of war, and what a way he had to prove it. Skinner had managed to teach pigeons how to identify targets and accurately aim weapons at them. The pigeons were in specially designed cockpits inside of the rockets which allowed them to peck what direction the rocket should go, up, down, left or right. Number 1. The panjandrum. Although never actually used in war, the panjandrum still deserves a mention as it is a fan favorite. The panjandrum was a rocket-propelled explosive circular battering ram carriage made by the Brits. It was made to breach German concrete defenses, being able to penetrate concrete with a thickness of up to 2.1 meters. It did its job well. The panjandrum was propelled by rockets attached to the outside of the wheel, and in the middle of it was a drum filled with explosives. The goal of the panjandrum was for it to go speeding at a wall, break through it and explode. Even though the idea seems genius, there are many reasons why it was never used in battle. Those reasons include rockets flying off, not going fast enough to go through the wall, or going in the wrong direction. This is FigMedia. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'm behind you.